before, whoops. Ooh, boom, fixed. Hey girl, welcome to my channel. I am so excited to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get a glam look with a powder contour and highlight. If this is your first time here, I'm so excited to have you. If you will stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload a new video, which you can find right here on my channel every single week on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. See you on the inside. All right, let's get started. I'm so excited to show you how to do a simple contour and highlight, but yet it's gonna look like you did a lot of effort to get to where you are, but anybody can do this. It's super simple, I promise. So first I'm going to start off with doing my foundation, and I'm going to use my liquid foundation brush here, and I'm just going to put a few dots of my foundation on the brush and just kind of dot everywhere. And I like to do this patting method to kind of get it all spread out first before, whoops. Oh my gosh, y'all, I just got some on my eyebrow. It's all right, I can fix it. Okay, so anyways, I like doing the patting method first to kind of get the product on my skin, get it pushed down on my skin, and then I go in and sweep to clean up and blend it. And of course, always take any excess on your brush, just take it, you know, down your neck. Y'all, and hormonal acne is such a thing. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. Was recently on some birth control for 3 years, and I just had it taken out, and now my hormones in my body are trying to adjust because of course birth control, you know, messes with your hormones. So I have this really bad hormonal acne going on right now, and it's driving me nuts. So that's what all this is. I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer here in the shade Light Beige, which is closest to my actual skin tone because I just want it to blend with my foundation. So I'm gonna put just little dots, y'all. You don't need a whole lot of this product. It spreads very easily and very good. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my spots. And then I'm just gonna take that same liquid foundation brush and just kind of like pat over them. Because I don't want to pick up the product and move it. I want to keep it there. So I'm just gonna pack it in to the spot that I want. And what is so good about these products is they blend so well together and you can keep layering. All of these products are made to not cake or crease, which is amazing. So after I put this layer of concealer on, I am going to go back in with just a little bit of foundation just to go right back over these spots, just to make sure, because with acne, especially acne that is raised on the skin, you have to layer to hide it. Don't think that just one product is gonna hide it, because it doesn't work that way. That's called a filter. So I'm just gonna take this, and you see, for some, like this one wasn't raised, it's actually almost gone, but I can just see it. And honestly, I don't need to put any more foundation over that one, but this is raised. this one right here is raised, it's still there. So now that I put the foundation, the concealer, and put a little bit more foundation, and it'll help hide that even more. So there's that, and my eyeshadow from me cleaning it up is a little bit messy, so I'm just gonna take my finger, kind of pat right there, and it'll help blend that foundation with that corner of my eyeshadow. And definitely with your eye area, you want to use your ring finger. I don't know if you noticed that's the finger I was using. It is the weakest finger on your hand, and so the skin is so delicate around the eye. It's, you know, 1/3 the thickness of the rest of your face, so you really do need to take care of that skin. If you do nothing else, please take care of that skin, because that is the area that we usually have the first signs of aging, because it's so thin. So now I am gonna go back in with just that little bit of foundation. I'm almost out. Oh, and this is the Timewise 3D foundation. I use the shade Beige in 150. So I'm a beige girl, I'm a neutral girl, and I use the shade 150. So as you can see, this is really helping. Blend and just keep patting until it's all blended out. So now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of concealer under my eyes. I don't wanna put too much because I'm gonna go in. Ooh, let me fix my brow. So to fix my brow, I'm going to go in with the Precision Brow Liner in the shade Brunette. It is the one that I use, and I'm just going to go over this where I touch the foundation. To my brow. Boom, fixed. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of light ivory concealer. I'm literally just gonna take like a tiny, tiny, tiny dot on both sides. And I'm gonna take this concealer brush, cream colored brush. I'm just gonna pat and help guide the product where I want it to go. And there's a little bit on my brush now because of that, and I'm just gonna pat right here on this outer corner of my eye. Come back over here and pat, pat, pat. And back to the outer corner. Sorry y'all, the lighting looks a little weird. It's like the gloominess from outside. Maybe I should shut my blind. I don't usually film without that window open, but it looks so weird today outside. Now I'm gonna go in with this brush. This is the cheek brush. It is designed for highlight, contour, and your cheek color. It's angled, and so this bottom part is designed for contouring, which you put your thumb in this little like divot right there. Hope you can see that little divot. That's made for your thumb to contour. And then this highest point here is actually designed for highlights. And then the center, the bulb part of the brush right here, is made for cheek color. So it's a 3-in-1 brush, and it's super awesome. I use it different ways. I don't always use it exactly how it's designed, but I do use it for all three of those things. So, and of course it's a powder brush, it's not liquid. So if you're doing a liquid contour, you'll need to use a different brush, but this is made for powder contour. So a little goes a long way with these also. As you can see how much product it picked up on here, and all I did was barely rub it right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold my hair back, and this is like super easy beginner style. So Sorry, that's my dog. The whole purpose of contouring and highlighting is to hide and decrease certain areas and draw attention to others. Okay, so I'm gonna start right here at the top of my ear. What you kind of in general want to focus on is starting your contour up here at your hairline. You want it to blend into your hair. You don't want it to like start down here and have all of this skin with nothing on it. You want it to blend very well. So I'm gonna tuck this hair behind my ear, and I also like to hold the hair back. So as I'm going like this, it's touching the hair, but it's not pulling my hair down in my face. You kind of want to angle it towards the outer corner of your mouth, but don't come down too far, because then you'll kind of create like a mustache on your face, and you don't want that either. So we want to keep it as high as possible, and I like to pat in the product. So now I'm going to flip the brush over, and I'm going to use this end. I'm going to just brush back and forth, back and forth. And as you can see, it's starting to blend out a little more. Sometimes I do have to readjust my hair because I have these little baby hairs that like to come out, but that's fine. Now I'm gonna show you how I use the coca, but I am gonna take the brush on the highlight side, of course, because I just wanna pick up the teeniest, tiniest little bit. You see it there? Barely touched it. And I'm gonna focus it more on the bottom of this contour and darken this bottom up just a little bit is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna go back and forth right there on the bottom. And as you can see, it added a little bit more warmth to my cheek. Now I'm gonna contour the top. Me personally, I feel like I have a ginormous forehead. And so I'm going to take some of this Latte here. Again, picking up enough to, and I'm going to tap it right here where like the corners of your forehead is, if that makes sense. That's the part where you're going to put the most product. And I'm just going to buff it inward. And then I'm going to buff it down. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of that coca, again just a little bit, and I'm going to kind of swirl right here. Okay. Now you can kind of tell there's kind of a little bit of a harsh line there, so I'm just going to buff until I get the desired look that I want. So you can see what that does for this side of my face. Now I'm gonna do the nose. So whether this was full or not, I do like to use the highlight side of this brush for the nose because it keeps it more concentrated and it's not all over the place. So I do like to take this part of the brush, kind of just get enough, and I'm gonna tap closer down to the nostrils on the outer side of my nose there, and tap the other side. And then I'll go in and kind of buff up and down this side of the nose. And I do feel like the end of my nose is the biggest part of my nose. So I'm gonna take a little bit more, but I'm gonna kind of come across the top of the tip of my nose just a little bit. Now what I like to do to warm up my face a little bit is go in with a little bit of bronzer. And these are the two bronzers that I have, but I do like to take an all over like fluffy powder brush to use this because I'm not trying to like concentrate it in a certain spot. I'm just trying to help buff the product on my face. So today I'm gonna go in with the Copper Glow because I'm doing more of a bold powder look Just to show you that just because it's powder doesn't mean that you can't be bold, and powder is obviously way easier to use than using a liquid contour. So I just touched the product to the brush like that, and I'm gonna go in and just kind of buff over and kind of upwards of where I put that contour. Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite cheek color, which is this berry looking one right here. This is called Desert Rose. It is so pretty. It looks a little dark, but it's not, so don't be scared. Again, I'm gonna go in with this cheek color brush, and I'm gonna use the bulb, the center part of the brush, and I'm literally just gonna tap twice. And then I'm gonna pat it on my face to show you what just tapping twice looks like, and why these products just last me so long. Can you see the kind of reddish tone that's right there? Yeah, that's what tapping twice does. Now I'm gonna go in and tap 2 more times and kind of just add a little bit more to my cheek. And I'm just patting to keep the product right there. Boom, done. All of these products last so long just because you don't have to use a whole lot. It lasts forever. Okay, and that's it for cheek color. Now I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. This one is called Glazed. I love it, it's so pretty. And I'm just tapped it a few times, and now I'm gonna brush it underneath my eye on top of the cheek color that I just put on there. Boom. I want to take a little bit down the center of my nose. And I want to put a little bit on the Cupid's bow. All right, girls, so this is the finished look. Contour, highlight, eyes, lips, everything on. Let me know what you think about the finished look in the comments below. Leave me a comment on anything else that you would like to learn from me, because, you know, I'm your makeup and skincare expert. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. I will have everything that's on my face listed in the description as well. And until next week, bye girl, have a great week.